Hi, welcome back to Finally Revealed in episode number 36 of Be the Change. We are at the last week of our review period, and next week we will move forward again. And in this week's episode, I want to challenge you to stay fresh in your change. We talked at the very beginning about different patterns that we have and recognizing our patterns and when we might procrastinate or when we might get bored. And this is a really good opportunity now that we have had some changes to our overall life schedules. We might be less structured day to day. We might have structure on certain days but be more freestyle on other days. And as we're all putting back the pieces of our life and creating them in a new way, generally, and also in connection with our change, it's good to infuse it with freshness. And I want to go through some suggestions on how to keep it fresh so that we don't have to dig ourselves out of a ditch or get back into old habits that we intended to leave behind. So this week, pay attention if you get distracted. And notice, what are you doing when you are distracted? How long does the distraction take away from what you're doing? What is it that is distracting you? And when does that occur? What were you doing when you got distracted? When did that occur in your schedule? And if there's a person involved, who was the person involved in the distraction? Or what was it? Another thing is to look at anything that you're avoiding. Is there anything that you have listed that you are not working on? Is it because that you're afraid of how it's going to turn out? Is it because you're uncertain and need additional tools? Drill down and write out why you are not doing this. Is there a deadline for it? Is this an actual piece that you need to have accomplished? Is there a fear that you're not going to be successful or that you're uncertain as to how you should do it? Examine what the reason is that you're avoiding it and really be honest with yourself. You don't need to tell anyone else, but be honest with yourself so that you can overcome this. And if you need some type of tools or help, ask for it. If you are uncertain about how something would work, bounce it off another person, or you know what, just try it. Try it one way. If that doesn't work, you can try it another way. And you're not going to learn and figure out which is the best way until you actually begin. Give yourself a break. You don't have to be perfect, and don't be outcome dependent. You know where you're going generally. You will get there as long as you keep going. So don't worry or try to be too perfect on things. Give yourself a break and just start. And then the last one is, how is your energy as you're working through your projects and things? Has it been good generally? This week, is it pretty good? Why or why not? Have you become bored, or have you had any moments where you find that you are starting to procrastinate? Then you need to learn why that is. Are you losing momentum? Have you lost enthusiasm? Are you not interested in what you're doing anymore? Or is that an overall situation or just for the moment? Sometimes when we have a lot of momentum and we get started and we have a lot of enthusiasm, then after we get going a little bit, sometimes we fall back. It's important to be able to motivate yourself to have a break and fall back, but then to get going again. So for all of these different possibilities, and maybe you don't have any of them, and that is great. But even if you don't have any of these, it's important to keep things fresh. So any of these things occur or have occurred, or you notice them this week that, I'm starting to spend too much time on social media, or I am spending too much time in front of television, or I'm not spending enough time working out, or I'm not spending enough time on my business plan, or I'm not spending enough time on my projects that I've set out that I want to do. Figure out what the problem is, why you're not doing it, or again, why you're getting sucked in. Change your routine, change where you're doing it, and refocus on what it is that you are intending to do and why. Your why is always so important. And then if your mind is wandering, or you're goofing off, or you're going down a black hole in something, or you're playing video games too much, set aside some time to do those things. You don't need to deprive yourself. It's almost like somebody who says, I'm going to go on this really strict diet and I'm never going to have sugar again. I'm never going to have a cookie. I'm never going to have pop. And then that's all you can think about. build some goof off time or free time into your schedule and then do it. That's one suggestion. The other suggestion is watch your time, and this is something that works best for me. Watch your time. Are you overscheduling yourself, or are you mismanaging your time, or you're not calculating how much time you're going to need for something, and then it crowds out other things that you want to do or need to do? So it is a good idea week to week to look at what you want to get accomplished, leave some space for additional time to be needed, and try that. Look at your list of what you need to get done, prioritize what you absolutely have to get done, put that first if you can, and build in a couple of times during your day to do the things that you really, really enjoy doing. Now, working on your change is something that you enjoy too, because it's something that you want to bring into your life, and you are bringing into your life. But you still have the other things that are just fun, and we all need to have fun. And if you make your change or your big goal everything that you're doing to the exclusion of everything else, you're not going to have fun, and then you're going to resent the time that you are devoting or that you need to devote to the change because you've scooched everything else out of the way. So refresh, stay fresh, stay energized, plan in time for fun, and if you have any slip-ups, find out why and work through those. So I hope this was helpful. If it was, give me a thumbs up. Leave any comments or questions below. As always, I love the comments. Subscribe to see the other videos and come back and see me next time. Thanks for watching.